This is game number 2 of the third group stage of DreamHack Valencia 2014. Overgrowth is the map, and spawning to the top right hand position, we've got the red Protoss player representing HyperX, or Liquid HyperX, it's MaNa. And his opponent down to the lower left, also representing Liquid HyperX. Currently 1-0 up in this series, we have Ret. So Ret won game number 1 with a Roach Speedling all-in. And I say it was an all-in because it was. He did start to transition into some more drones, but he'd already won at that point. It was a done deal. This game, I'm going to be very interested to see exactly what they try and do, because MaNa's going to be probably quite frustrated with that. And note the fact that he's already put a pylon down on this low ground, so this could be a forge first. Cannon rushing is a strategy that can be very effective on this map, and it's all because of this area by this little Protoss altar. Put a pylon here, you can build cannons here. It's crazy good if you can get away with it. 150 minerals are there. There goes down the forge, and of course the probe going to continue forward. Cannon rush is certainly a possibility, but no, Red, he's gone for the pool first. He's aware of that threat. The advantage of being teammates is that you probably know your opponent pretty damn well. You know what kind of things they're going to do. You've practiced with them repeatedly. You know their different builds. And so then it becomes a bit of a mind game play of, can I outwit them? If they think they know what I'm going to do they think that I'm not going to do what they think that I think? And then you start getting into all those crazy situations. Probe has been seen. Drone will be able to get the hatchery down, but there goes the pylon up on the high ground. That may not freak out Red. He may not even know about that. Okay, he sends a drone. This is really smart. He's going to be able to see the pylon. Big pickup seeing that. Oh no, he's going for the triple wall. This is really irritating. Okay, Red, he needs to not worry. That's the most important thing here. You can't stop this. He needs to just immediately get there. Build up a spine core. He can start poking away and just drone up. Probably going to have to cancel this hatchery. This is a really nice cannon rush here. It's a big investment. Do bear that in mind. Okay, he cancels one. That's quite cool. Feeling confident that he will be able to finish up that cannon. Builds another couple of pylons. So this is going to buy some more time. I'm actually using the probe. The probe to minimize the surface area on these cannons. These cannot be killed now by the drones and lings. They're both going to finish up still with shield energy. Going to force them to pull back. These pylons will get cancelled. So overall, it's still a pretty big investment from MaNa. He's had to invest 200 minerals in the pylons and 300 in those cannons. So a 500 mineral investment to deal a good bit of economic damage by forcing a cancel here. But it's also delayed the nexus of MaNa. The spine caller can also reach this pylon, so another pylon does need to get made, otherwise this isn't going to be able to do very much. It'll be interesting to see if MaNa goes for it. He is going to go for it, okay. It should get done in time. Should, maybe, will. Still doesn't help too much, because obviously without this pylon on the high ground, there's no high ground vision. And as a result, a queen can wander over here later on. And, of course, can just start chipping away at these cannons. So that could certainly be something coming through. Red sees that the gateway is on its way. So all of the tech for MaNa is massively delayed because of this big investment. And, oh, this is a bold move by Red. He saw the probe, though. Okay, does he know what's coming? He may have to cancel this. As I said, queen up on that high ground, going to be chipping away at these cannons, dealing some nice damage there. One lone Zergling coming over, trying to deal with this probe. A cannon should get started up pretty quick. Oh, it gets blocked. Really nice play. Okay, cannon gets down anyway. Cool, 2 cannons. They won't get stopped by one lone Zergling. That base is going to have to cancel as well. While these 2 cannons can be killed for effectively no damage to this queen, they do still take a long time to get taken down. And this is still containing Ret on one base. Behind it, of course, MaNa just continuing on his normal build. So he's going about stuff the way he'd want to, just a heck of a lot later. This gold base will unfortunately get cancelled. I don't really see any way that Ret could save this. Moving the spine crawler across is a good move. It's just going to really aid picking away at this cannon, trying to just speed things up a little bit. And that will, of course, allow Red to take his natural base. Moving down now with that queen. Wants to make sure that the cannon shots go onto the queen rather than the drone, just to save a couple of seconds. Of course, the cannons have been able to force the cancel on the gold base, and that causes a lot of problems right now for Red. Red is massively behind in terms of his natural base timing. MaNa's already mining from his natural, despite going for this heavy investment in cannon rushing. Following on from this, no big giveaways yet from MaNa, no sign of anything coming out of the forge. He's got a lot of gas banked up, so I'm waiting to see where that's going to get spent, and it's going to go into a Stargate. Now, this is a really interesting choice, the Stargate, because the queen count has already been shown to be pretty high. And as a result, it's going to be interesting to see how that strike dealt with that, how he's going to try and combat that. Overlord coming through now. This should be able to get the scout pretty happily on that Stargate. You can see it from the edge of this nice little Overlord cliff here. Condaboot's coming down, a couple of Stalkers coming out. They're just going to try and pick off any Overlords that are coming through. Third base coming up for Rhett as well. Taking it in the unusual spot of north of his main, as opposed to over to the right, the standard third base location. So this is, again, a very interesting spot for Rhett to be in. He's not doing too bad in drones. He's been droning very heavily, not really producing any units other than those queens. So drone-wise, he's not in a terrible spot. His creep spread is going to be amazing thanks to all of these queens. Needs to make sure, though, that he's getting these injects off consistently. Now, this is a really interesting choice. MaNa going for the Oracle. And the reason I say that's really interesting is because he knows that the Overlord will have seen it. He knows that there's a decent number of queens already down on the field. And, of course, 2 queens beat an Oracle. I did think he may be going into Phoenix, and the reason for that is he could have used a lot more mobility there, could have harassed these other bases. Even lifted the queens to get the damage down, force a couple of spores, but no, it looks like Oracle is going to be on the cards, out on the field now. Okay, there's a lot more gateways coming in off the back of this. 5 additional gates, that's 6 gates, plus the 2 Oracles can actually dish out a heck of a lot of damage. Probe waiting by another one of the smiley faces. Of course, this is the smiley face map. Look, 2 eyes, smiley face. They're literally everywhere. Another smiley face, another smiley face, all the smiley faces. Anyway, waiting to see now what this Oracle can get done. There's a spore on its way, 1 queen there, but of course with only the 1 queen, actually racking up a lot of kills. Just YOLOing it past this queen. The spore cord is about to finish up, so it will need to back out. Should be able to get away. There we go. Stays alive. Second Oracle coming through. That first one, bit of a hero. 8 kills already on that. Of course, the beauty of overgrowth for Protoss players going Oracle is this area. There's a lot of dead space. No units can get across to be able to pick that off. Warping now with a lot of Stalkers. They're going to be focusing down the queens, and this is really looking a rough spot for Rhett. He's just made a wave of 10 drones, and that means he's really lacking any kind of units. He doesn't know about this coming until now. He has 2 lava, no Roach Warren, and he just GG's straight there. He knows he's not going to be able to hold that. That cannon rush really won MaNa the game just outright there. So nice work there by MaNa, following it up beautifully, and he levels out this series to 1-1.